thank you all for coming here today. It's a really special day for LifeBridge, the city of Baltimore. I want to thank the mayor herself for being here on this special day. I want to thank Marcus Pollock, the leader of Park Heights Renaissance, for being here. And I want to really kick off to tell you how today came about. Before that, I probably should introduce myself. I'm Brian White. I'm the Executive Vice President of LifeBridge Health. And we spend every day talking about how to make our communities better. And we take that role very seriously. And we think we need to do this as a responsible organization, but in partnership with many of you, our communities, our political leaders. About a year ago, we were in a room at LifeBridge, and we were trying to figure out ways that we can celebrate the 20th anniversary of LifeBridge. And the thoughts were all over the place, but one fundamental theme came out, and everybody was on board with whatever we do. We have to do it with our community. We have to show and be role models for making our communities better. So we came up with an idea, and that idea was to create a team that would go from community to community and improve the community and improve places like we're in today, right? Improve playgrounds, improve communities, help beautify the organizations and the residents of our community. So we started down a path of saying we're going to build this team and we're going to scale this out and do all these great things. And then we met Marcus and we realized this great team already exists. Why replicate what already exists in great passion and great force? So we decided that we're not going to replicate this. We're going to join forces and we're going to come together and we're going to create the LifeBridge Clean and Green team off of the foundation of Park Heights Renaissance. And that's what today is. Today is a kickoff of that celebration. Today is us coming together to announce publicly that this is something we're committed to doing, and we're going to go neighborhood by neighborhood, and we're going to beautify our community. We're going to rally our residents, and we're going to do this as a partnership. So I thank you all for coming. And I wanted to ask if Marcus would come up on the podium today and share a few words about the team and about the specifics of the program.
Good morning, everyone. I think I'm going to try to use my outside voice. Let me just say that this is not by coincidence that we're here today, that this very spot represents a partnership that was created some time ago with Kaboom, Neighbors United, PHR, LifeBridge, and others to give kids a place to play in a space that was attractive and to build on what now has been the essential partnership that we have been able to enjoy with LifeBridge. Just yesterday, I had an opportunity, and by the way, partnerships that work is what we're looking to build in Park Heights. Let's be clear. When you organize, when you integrate, when you focus your work in areas where you can get a return on investment and then hold yourselves accountable, things do happen. And so it is that this particular partnership is part of what LifeBridge has been all about. We have a partnership that we call the Northwest Development Partnership that was created recently, whereby LifeBridge and CHI and Park Heights Renaissance are working together to do work, focus our work on many of the vacant houses that you see here today. It's a mighty work, but we know that with partnerships we can get it done. I want to, for you guys who are about as old as I am, or maybe older, you might be mindful of a tagline that was created some years ago by a cigarette company. It was, what was it, Benson and Hedges. And the tagline was, "You've come a long way, baby." Well, this tagline is especially true for the Clean and Green team. If you would, look through your mind's eye and see the guys walking down the street, not as they're looking now, but this ragtag motley crew with an old, maybe 1950 lawnmower that they're pushing, along with a rake on top of it, 2 barrels, and a kid's wagon. That was the Clean and Green team. And as you can see, that has changed quite a bit. But the partnership not only beautifies the Park Heights area and beyond, but it provides an opportunity for people who may not have had work to get work, to build the kind of skills that they need to go anywhere to work. And then there is a wider implication, I think, to the work that LifeBridge has enabled us to do, and that is that with work comes dignity, and it provides symbols of success for kids who are looking for models to emulate. And so it's important from that standpoint to recognize how valuable this work is. And we know that the best crime prevention tool that we can use is a job. And we're going to continue to provide jobs for as long as we can, thankful to the mayor, the city of Baltimore, and LifeBridge. And now, with that, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing to you the Clean and Green team. There you go. There you go. Let me first recognize Mr. Chris Crockett. When I first came into Park Heights Renaissance a mere couple months ago, he was the first one to come to the office. And he told me the story about the ragtag crew that they call Clean and Green. And he said, "Mr. Marcus, I want you to do something about that." And I said to myself, gee, I have no idea what he's talking about. So, through God's will, and it just had to be providential, I met Martha Nathanson, and the first conversation we had was about how we could create some kind of partnership around the Clean and Green team. So I went right back to Mr. Crocker and said, look, here's what I'm going to do for you. And of course, as you can see, those things have been done. Also, let me recognize crew leader Paul Brown. Charles LeGrant, Jr. Ronald Offer. And last but not least, Antoine Williams. Let me give them please give them a round of applause for the good work that they will do and that they've continued to do.
Very much.
Mr. Bryan.
So to get better requires vision. You've heard a lot of things about what's going on around the city of Baltimore, and I can't tell you how excited I am to be part of it and to play whatever role we can to help shape the vision that Mayor Pugh has for this city. I think we have a phenomenal, great city we should all be proud of, and I think the vision that the mayor has and whatever role LifeBridge can play in achieving it is absolutely amazing. We're proud to be part of it. We're proud to be community leaders in Baltimore. And without further ado, I'd like to ask the mayor of Baltimore, Catherine Prue, to come up and say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you, Brian. I'd also like to ask the President of City Council, is he still here? President of City Council, Jack Young, my partner in city government. I'd also like to ask Yitzi if he would step up, your city council person for this district. And if Sharon Middleton was here, I'd ask her to come to the podium as well, because we don't get to do this work by ourselves. And so let me just say this. I am really grateful to be partners with LifeBridge, but also with PHR, because we have focused for quite some time, and I think many of you will know that we put money in Park Heights. We've had different groups spring up, and everybody has an idea. But what's important is how we collaborate. And I think you all can see for yourselves the work that's being done. I said we would focus on Park Heights, that we would begin to tear down some of these boarded up houses. And I think you can see that I'm true to our commitment. You know, when I talk to Jack about what we want done in this community, it's about investment. It's about bringing back a neighborhood where people have lived for decades. And I tell folks, everybody in these neighborhoods aren't poor. There are people who bought homes, live here. been here for decades. The same thing with LifeBridge. LifeBridge is a part of this community. They want to see the change. They want to see the revival of Park Heights. They plan to continue to invest in Park Heights. Our Clean and Green team is an investment in Park Heights. But here's what we want folks to know. It's not just about what we do to clean up the trash. It's about what all of us will do. Trash doesn't get on the ground by itself. And so we want people to respect our neighborhoods, respect our communities, and help us to keep our communities clean. We can bring in all the teams we want. We can bring in all the equipment we want, but we need a partnership. It is a partnership with our communities. You should not allow people to walk by your homes dropping trash in your neighborhoods. Young people, when you're coming home from school and you're drinking a drink or you have something in your hand, find the nearest trash can, not the streets. And we say the same thing to those who are occupying businesses in our neighborhoods and in our communities. Respect our neighborhoods, respect our communities. When you have trash inside your facilities, make sure that you collect it in such a way that it does not become a problem for all of us. We want our dream team over here, our Clean and Green team, to have work. They are working. But at the same time, let's not overwork them. Let's make sure we're doing our part as well. I'm grateful to see our Safe Streets folks up here too, because this is a community that we're going to bring back. Pete, when I was driving here, I said to someone, I said to my folks in my EPU, I said, we need a neighbor next door program where there's a boarded up house. We need you to point it out. Where there's a roof falling down, we need you to help us, because we can't see everything, but we want to get to everything. It doesn't happen overnight. Change takes time, but it does take commitment and it does take collaboration. We're prepared to do the work. When I think about what we've done in terms of creating our $55 million investment fund, this is not for neighborhoods that are already doing well. This is for neighborhoods like this, that we want to bring about the change. And if you've not been over to the Pimlico Elementary School to see the work that we are doing over there, where boarded up houses once existed, where people who have children in those schools are paying $900 a month rent. But because we laid the foundation and because we have a partnership, people can get mortgages now for $600 a month. And we are marketing to the parents who have children in those schools. We want to build up our communities. We want our folks to work together. LifeBridge, I can't thank you enough. PHR, I can't thank you enough. Mr. President, I can't thank you enough. Yitzi, I can't thank you enough. And community, I can't thank you enough. I thank you for persevering, for staying with us, for sticking with us, and believing in the promise that we will bring change to Park Heights. There are folks, you all, I don't know if you've been in some of these houses, who live in Park Heights. If you walk inside, you'll be like, oh my God. Because in the early 70s, we started investing in this neighborhood, but the investment did not continue. But I want you to watch us while we work, because we're about the work. And that is why we've brought change to Park Heights. That is why the partnership with LifeBridge is important to us, and the work of PHR is important. We will bring the change that you need to see. Thank you all for this opportunity to share, but more importantly, thank you for the partnerships and the collaborations that will make our city great. Mr. President, I didn't know whether you want to share a few words, or Councilman, but let me just say on behalf of all of us, thank you all. Thank you for this.